People go online to learn about the world, about current events, health concerns, and how tall celebrities are. What if digital platforms helped us make sense of it all, rather than heaping it onto us in endless decontextualized streams? I'm Jamin Warren, and welcome to New Public. In this video, we're talking about our understand building block, which has 4 signals or measurable qualities that can help platforms build people's understanding about the world. This might seem like a lost cause, and that's part of the problem. In his book on dialogue, physicist David Bohm uses the metaphor of a watch made from many pieces. When assembled, you have a reliable mechanism. If you take a hammer to it, you have pieces again. But they're not the same pieces that made up a working watch, and they're much harder to assemble. Bohm thought arguments between people arise from a similar fragmentary outlook. If people are relating to each other as fragments, it's harder to put the pieces together. What dialogues or good conversations do is allow people to bring different backgrounds or parts to the conversation that lead to a shared understanding. So how do we contribute to a conversation where the whole is more than the sum of the parts? Our first signal is to elevate shared concerns. It's important to know about issues which impact us and our fellow citizens. When you think about it from the public awareness point of view, what should be on a trending topics list is more complicated than it seems. Take the 2018 US midterm elections, for instance. We know from polling that the largest voter issue was healthcare, specifically the Affordable Care Act. But as Annie Lowrey explains for The Atlantic, it wasn't making headlines or trending on Twitter. Lowrey called it a strange kind of omnipresent sleeper issue. This is something digital platforms can help with by combating the notion that importance is synonymous with headline placement or trending status. What is important is information that can give us agency. In other words, the power to make decisions in our own lives. What if platforms practice Jay Rosen's citizen agenda approach? Just ask people what's important to them frequently and make that information public. Then provide access to curated communities, stories, and resources that address those issues, concerns, and curiosities. Relatedly, our next signal is to show reliable information. Jonathan Swift wrote, "Falsehood flies while the truth comes limping after it." This is just as true, if not more true, online. Over 50% of the world's population is now on social media, which means an increasing number of people are now getting their news from their news feeds. Yet in our research, users around the world rank Facebook and Twitter last and second to last in providing accurate information. Google reports that 1 out of every 15 searches is health-related. Added up, that amounts to over 1 billion health searches a day. But how much of the health information that turns up in search results or is shared on social media is true? Ginger is not, in fact, 10,000 times more effective at killing cancer than chemo, yet an article with this headline received more than 800,000 engagements. Please do not start an all-ginger diet instead of going to the doctor if you feel ill. Online, popularity begets popularity. At a certain point, human editors need to step in and help people sort the wheat from the bogus ginger cure-alls. Reliable information also helps build civic competence. Pioneering journalist Ida B. Wells wrote, "The people must know before they can act, and there is no educator to compare with the press." Civic competence doesn't come from exhaustive political knowledge, like about what cases the Supreme Court is hearing every session, but from knowing the necessary information to perform one's role in a democracy. For instance, to be a voter, you need to know where and how to vote, and for whom you would like to vote given your policy preferences. Platforms can encourage this by familiarizing people with local current issues, encouraging them to get involved and showing them where to direct their efforts. Finally, platforms should promote thoughtful conversation. You might not know it looking at Twitter, but you can disagree in the absence of conflict. When replying is quick and easy, conversations can rapidly escalate to arguments. Platforms like Front Porch have experimented with different ways of combating these hasty reactions. Front Porch allows responses once a day. So if you want to be mad, you're going to have to stay mad for days or even weeks to hash out an argument. Our digital spaces should help us better understand each other and provide context that helps us agree on a shared reality and thus build informed and thoughtful positions we know how to act on. Join us in our next episode about the last building block